All right, y'all. So we had a little funny tweet from Dokkan about Cellmax. They were like, "Oh my goodness, this big reveal is coming." Basically, that's what it made it seem like. Apparently, this like teaser was like a little hint towards like kaiju kind of like announcements and things like this. So I mean, we all expected Cellmax to be releasing, right? Um, but now we do have his full details as well. I was gonna wait for his full details to actually make a video on this. I mean, I haven't seen his full animations just yet, but let's first see what Cellmax is able to do. I'm expecting this guy will probably be broken. Cellmax is the kind of character. If he's not broken, people kind of just won't care. Especially at this point. I mean, even when he first came out, like they made him like really, really good. So let's take a look here. As expected, he is a movie boss as a leader. Now, in terms of the movie boss's team, I think that it is in like a decent spot right now. Definitely needed a new leader though. I mean, if we take a look here, I guess I'm in the GP version. Let me switch to global. Take a look here. I mean, the last leader we had was Golden Frieza Gogeta. So I think getting a new leader at this point, even though it's only really been a year, is perfectly fine. I mean, we have Cooler, Tech Metal Cooler, like Beerus, Garlic Jr., Beer Squeeze. Like, there is some sauce here. Let's see what Somax is doing, though, just like as a character. I mean, his links, we could see Android Assault, Big Bad Bosses, Infighter, Berserker, Nightmare, Previous Battle, Legendary Power. I mean, Big Bad Bosses, Nightmare actually is like not an uncommon link. I'm pretty sure Turles has Nightmare, no? I know some Turles characters do. This one doesn't. Do Turles have Nightmares? I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. Let's see, though, what his passive is actually looking like. So... Oh, okay. Activates the entrance animation upon his entry. Attack and defense 999%. So, seeing this, I know a lot of people aren't gonna like this when it comes to free dupe, because I think this year especially we've seen a lot of characters who have had like giant percentages in their leader skills. I think the characters that really stands out to me like this is Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, where we see this guy 400% his intro, 400% basic attacks, right? That's 800% attack and defense start of turn. And another character like that is AGL God Goku, where if we take a look at AGL God Goku stats, again, because these stats are so high, we see 510% there, 300%, another 300%. Like, this is all start of turn. It is like over 1,000% attack and defense start of turn. That leads to this character essentially getting way many more stats at 50 or at Rainbow with having even just one dupe compared to the normal characters that we might get who have like, you know, 300, even 400% start of turn, right? So I think that's an issue that some people are seeing, but he does lose 111% attack and defense for every turn, 4 turns paths. Abu, you gotta shut up, bro. I'm like looking at this guy's K real quick. Hold up. Let's actually take a look there. So, basic effects, he guards, gets 1 key per keystore obtained as well. And again, he'll lose 444% attack and defense. I mean, it's every 2 turns past from his entrance turn, so that's like turn 7, turn 9 range. Okay. That's not like the biggest deal of all time, I think, in a majority of events. So, let's take a look here. Key plus 8, damage reduction 70% for 1 turn, 100% attack when attacking, 100% defense when receiving an attack. Then, starting from the second turn from the character's entry turn, when attacking, key 3 and then attack 40% if HP is 20% or more, plus an additional key 3 and attack 40% if HP is 50%, key 2 and attack 20% if HP is 80%. So he wants to be high HP from his second turn in order to get these buffs. Then, okay, so he has 40% reduction and 50% defense If HP is 20%, another 20% damage reduction and 30% defense. If HP is 50%, then if HP is 80%, another 10% reduction and 20%. So if we're looking at it, if your HP is 50% or above, this guy's at 60% reduction. And if it's 80% or above when you're receiving an attack, that is 70% damage reduction. And I assume this, once you receive a hit, this is activated instantly. So maybe this guy will probably be a really good slot one. And then he'll get what? 50, 30, 20. So that's, he still will get the 100% defense. So essentially, the turn one, it's guaranteed for him to get 70% reduction, 100% attack when attacking, and then 100% defense when receiving an attack, plus the 8 key. But then after that, he does essentially need to be 80% HP or more. When using the active skill or attacking with 20 more ki, guaranteed additional super, then guaranteed crits. That's what we like to see. So, well, energy field can be activated when all allies or movie bosses characters or from the 5th turn. Massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and then creates new Red Ribbon Army's base ruined for 2 turns. So this guy is a domain holder. Okay. Categories. Uncontrollable power, super bosses, yeah, artificial life forms, battle fate, androids, movie bosses. We expected that. We should also see his domain somewhere. Let's take a look here. All right, here's his domain. What? Hello? What the? What? 60% attack and the domain effect? What? That's insane. Look at Turles' for example. Turles is giving yeah, Turles is giving 25% in total for characters. God, what? 60% attack? This can be used turn 1. I mean, if you're running double cell max, you know what that means? If you are running double cell max, that means you could have 4 turns of this. And then you think of LR Turles, who could also just be ran on the team. You even have his domain as well. So, does Turles' domain affect Cell Max? It doesn't. Turles' domain does not affect Cell Max specifically. But that's so useful for the other characters on the team. God damn. The one issue I could see is, again, this guy needs his domain to get this, which is pretty good for him because he gets like 2 ki per key for obtained. Some Max's leader skill though, isn't it 4 ki? Yeah, it is 4 ki, so that's 2 extra ki compared to metal coolers. Holy crap. His 18 key super attack effects, 100% attack raise for 4 turns, Mega Colossal. 12 keys, greatly raise attack and raises defense for the turn. Colossal damage, seal super, great chance to stun. This does like a billion things. Okay. How strong is he going to be? You know, I want to, so his defensive stats, he's extreme AGL. 8-3, 8-1. Like, let's pop out the calculator, right? So let's take a look here. So 8-3, 8-1 plus it's 4,600, I think, for AGL. Then we're gonna, let's say he's on his own leader skill, so that's 220% defense. 7-0-0-9-7. Then defensively, start of turn, he's getting 999%. Yeah, that's kind of just straightforward. Just 999%. 770 366. Then he gets what? Big Bad Bosses. It's 0.25%. 962 957. Then he gets 100% when receiving an attack. That's about 2 mil. It is really interesting because even though he has all this attack and defense start of turn, like the numbers don't come out as big as you would think because he has very little multiplicative stats. He's only 100% multiplicative stats. Well, it's like we could take a look at a character like Turles, who again, when receiving an attack, this guy gets 300% defense. We could take a look at a character like even Metal Cooler. If we take a look at his phase 2 stats, which are the multiplicative stats, we see he can get 200 or no basically 200% here as well, right? And this guy has dodge and everything like that, right? We could take a look at a character like, I mean, even physical or STR final form Cooler. This guy gets 200% here, but he also gets another 100% here, so that's 300%. But this guy's also guarding with damage reduction. Guard plus 70% reduction. His stats will lower through the fight. This is also without like any god equips and considering Rainbow. So like, I guess it depends. I mean, like if we say this guy has like 4,600 and then how much extra defense can this guy get? I mean, let's say he's at 55%. And then you have like 800 defense as like the free equipment, right? Then he's 4.4 for there. 603, 377. Then we multiply the 999% here. So 663, 113. Then on top of that, he's getting Big Bad Bosses, which is 25% attack and defense. 828, 891. Then he gets 100% when receiving an attack. That's 1.65. Honestly, like for this character, the difference between free dupe and Rainbow doesn't seem that egregious because he's not getting a bunch of multiplicative stats as well. It's all just like start of turn. I mean, we could see even for this God Goku, 200% when attacking, 250% when receiving an attack, this 150% when attacking as well. Like it is just like the difference between like, again, 100% and let's say if this was 200%, you see how much extra defense that adds? It goes from 1.6 to 2.4, right? So like that's a massive difference. I mean, so dang, what was that defense he was at? He was at, I don't know, 20 mil. He's guarding with 70% reduction. And it was at about 2 mil Rainbow. He is still like dying to like 20 mil supers, right? We need to see in game because he will lose reduction. I'm not 100% sure in this guy defensively. Again, these are just initial numbers. Keep in mind, there's no support here either. I'm not factoring in any support. And if we take a look at the movie bosses team, again, there is a lot of support around when it comes to this team. Like if we look at this guy's not giving support. This guy's not really giving any defense support. I guess I say there's a lot, but Turles is not giving Cooler support or Cellmax supports. This guy is though, because if we take a look here, Extreme Class Allies 50% attack and defense from grabbing an S tier key sphere. That is really good. Again, I don't recall this guy giving support. No, he does not. He's just his own character. Garlic Jr. gives support as well. So like, okay. Keep in mind, this character... Oh, you know what? I didn't even consider his super attack effect either. Because he is getting basically 2 stacks of this guaranteed. Because he's getting 1 stack of this guaranteed because he's launching an additional super. So that's another 30% defense I could consider. But there's also the idea that this guy is giving this 6% for 2 turns, which I think will really help this cell max, because a lot of the extra defense, like we saw, like that 1.6 mil, right? If 55%, right? 1.6 mil with like an equip. So let's say, I think it was 1.66 mil. Let's say that for example. Then he gets 30% from just like existing with his own 12 key super. But let's say he's getting 2 extra 12 key super or 2 extra super attack effects from the metal cooler. That shoots him up to 2.3 mil after he super attacks. Which, I mean, we saw Garden 70% reduction with 2.20 mil or 2 mil isn't like living like a 20 mil super attack, but I think it's very niche scenarios. Gotta test this guy out, right? I think a lot of it kind of just depends on how other things look, but it is unfortunate. I mean, we'll do so much damage on this dude, man. That's a lot of damage we're gonna be doing. But I do wonder how good he would be once this starts activating, man. I mean, his stats are gonna start looking kind of low, so I'm not sure. Let me know what y'all are thinking. Appreciate y'all. Max, and yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.